Hi guys, hi there. How are you doing? This is Nick Dunning here, and I'm coming to you live from the bookshelf, from the book club, from the bookshop, wherever you want to see. So I'd like to say good morning, good afternoon, good welcome, wherever you are in the good evening, wherever you are in the world. We're all, as we know, at different locations at the moment, and probably going through different experiences of this brand new COVID thing. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to begin just doing a few things that might be beneficial to you, that might help you in this situation. First thing I wanted to do today is talk about three things that I use and I do to stay motivated. Now, most of us here, I'm sure. Look, by the way, just so that you know, in Ireland, what we have, because some of you might be coming in from America, I know we have people over in the UK as well, and we all have different situations that we're under. The situation that we have here is we're allowed out once a day for a walk. If you're of a certain age, elderly people are restricted in their homes, which is why they need our help more than ever. And while we're here, we're allowed to go for a walk within 2 kilometers of the house. So the first thing I do is make sure I take that walk, and I have become to look forward immensely to these walks. I started off doing 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and now I'm up to about an hour over time, and my thighs are getting stronger, which is quite an interesting thing. So walking in and of itself is something that we can all do, and it's a natural thing. It's very simple. But I'd like to suggest a couple of things that you can do while you're walking. You see, one of the difficulties that we have whenever we focus on anything that's negative in our lives is that we usually catastrophize. We start to think about the future in a negative way. You know, the way that COVID is going to impact us and our families and our loved ones and so on. But when you're walking, as you're walking, if you allow yourself to focus purely on the moment and take your mindfulness, that great buzzword of the moment, and bring your mindfulness into the present, as you're walking, literally, as you're walking around, you can start looking and noticing new things. You will train yourself to become much more in the present. And when we are in the present, the past and the future have no effect on us. Now, that doesn't mean that we have to, forget completely what's going on. But by putting your focus in the moment, you can start to achieve a whole new way of looking at the world. I've noticed some extraordinary things in the places that I've been walking before, and I cannot tell you the things I'm seeing. Maybe you're experiencing similar things on your walks outside. Let me know. What is it that you do? What do you do to keep yourselves occupied when you're outside? What is it that you do? What do you do when you're inside? You know the old joke about where are you going for your holidays? Well, this year I'm going to the living room. That kind of thing. What are the things that you do to help yourself and your friends and your family to stay sane and keep well and motivated during this? Let me know in the comments below, won't you? By the way, if you have any questions, you can drop me a line at pcactus@me.com. If there's anything you'd like me to cover, anything you'd like me to cover or to talk about in the days and the weeks and however long this goes on, I'll be thrilled to be able to talk about it. So just drop me a line and maybe there's something I can do to help you. The other thing is, of course, bring that mindfulness inside when you're back in the house. And when you're inside the house, just walking around, noticing things, noticing moments, keeping yourself in the moment. When you're having a glass of water, literally experience the moment. Now, not only is this a great thing to do in terms of your mental health, but it's fantastic training for us as actors when we get back out into the real world, because we will have started to develop new habits about being in the moment. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about is habits. These are the other things. Actually starting something that you do every morning, doing something on a daily basis, can really make a huge difference to your mental state and make you feel better. If you, for example, get up early in the morning, go for a walk, come back in, have your breakfast, when you get some kind of a structure to whatever it is that you're doing, this can make a huge difference to your sanity as well. We know this from experience. The great thing about doing something on a daily basis, and let's face it, we have no choice. We have to stay indoors for a lot of the time at the moment. So why not let's make this something that we can use, something that makes us grow as people. I was listening to a thing on the radio the other day, and a guy was saying about it was a woman actually, and she was talking about a Japanese proverb. And I'm not going to give you the Japanese proverb, but it said something along the lines of when times are going well, we focus on our confidence. But when times are going badly, it builds our character. And that really resonated with me. What do you think about that? Do you like the idea of that? Let me know. That's what's going on. So I thought, when you start creating these habits that you do on a daily basis, and now, while we have very little choice about doing that, we might as well take advantage of this time so that we begin to build the character, begin to build the habits that we want to have with us when we come out into the world, when we emerge again, because it will come, and we know it will come. And if you're feeling a little bit low about all these things, I've put together some things I'm going to show you that are going to help you with that later. The third thing is do something new. There's so much out there. A lot of you guys are doing the Joe Wicks things, Jamie Oliver's doing all these cooking courses. There's Fender Guitar Online giving away 3 months free training. I'm doing that. It's really cool. I used to play guitar years ago. Bizarre how suddenly, I've had no time recently. Now I have time. I can actually sit down and actually spend a couple of minutes a day, and that's all it is. Most good trainings nowadays take a couple of minutes a day. So what are you doing? What are the kind of things that you're doing to help yourself stay sane? Let me know in the comments. The other thing, give yourself a break. If you think you're actually kind of finding things difficult and tricky in any kind of way, oh, look what we got here. Now, who's that? That's Paul. Paul, is that Paul? I think it is. Film Network Ireland are coming in here. Film Network Ireland are one of those wonderful groups of people. How are you guys? I'll be responding to you later on your email, Paul. And check out Film Network Ireland. A very, very good group of people there. They've got lots of nice things happening for people these days. So check them out. They're super cool. The other thing I wanted to just talk a little bit about is when we're doing these habits, what happens is that you literally build new neurological pathways in your brain. So when you start doing something small on a small basis, you literally create, a tiny little sort of a small street inside your mind of a new pathway inside your brain. But when you do it on a regular basis, you build momentum, you build motivation, you build an energy behind what it is that you're doing. When you build that energy, what happens then is you begin to create new things. And these pathways inside your brain grow and expand and become bigger. So these streets suddenly become more like roads, which then become motorways and gradually become autobahns. That's what they become. It's extraordinary, the power of this. And this is the perfect opportunity for that, to start growing new habits. And also, let's remember, if you're feeling like you're feeling a bit stressed and you're worried about something, give yourself a break. Take 10 minutes out. There's nothing wrong with just crashing out for the day. Nothing wrong with that at all. So be gentle with yourself, be kind to yourself. And here's 2 things I can do to help you out. I'm going to leave some comments in the comments below. I've got a new training course that I've called, it's kind of like it's to help actors predominantly, but anyone can do it. It's a really cool thing for helping us to, anyway, I'll put this thing down here. Where's my screen? I'll post it in the link below. And I've got an assessment. If you guys are free, if you've got a couple of minutes, there's something you'd like to do, if you wouldn't mind, just drop me a couple of lines underneath. That would be super useful, and it would help me to know what it is that you want me to be able to do to create something for you. So I'll post those 2 things below you: the free training, which is down below, plus new assessments, a quick quiz. Take care, guys. Thank you so much. All the very best. Stay safe, stay well, and wash your hands. Bye now. See you soon. Bye, guys.